Hey everyone, and welcome back to the podcast. I'm Michael, and today we have a fantastic guest filling in for Sandy. Keith, thank you so much for joining us.
Thanks for having me, Michael. It's great to be here. I'm excited to talk about today's topic, which I think is super interesting for our listeners, especially those learning English.
Absolutely. Today we're going to talk about something very personal but also very common: how to talk about your hometown. This is a perfect topic for beginners, A1, A2 level, because it uses everyday language and helps you connect with people.
Yeah, it's one of the first things people ask you, right? Where are you from? And then, oh, tell me about it. It's a natural conversation starter.
Exactly. And Keith, before we dive into the phrases and tips, I have to ask, you have a Chinese background. Do you speak Mandarin?
Yes, a little bit. My parents speak it, so I grew up hearing it. I can understand quite a bit, and I can speak enough to get by, especially with family. Not fluent, but I can manage.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So maybe later, if you don't mind, I might ask you to translate a couple of simple phrases for us just for fun. It could be a nice bonus for our listeners too. How about that?
Sure, I can try. No promises on perfect translation, but I'll definitely give it a shot. It'll be fun.
Perfect. Okay, so let's get into it. Talking about your hometown. Keith, where are you from originally?
Well, I grew up in Vancouver, Canada. It's a big city on the west coast, by the ocean and mountains. It's really beautiful there.
Ah, Vancouver. Beautiful city. So if someone asks you, where are you from, you can say, I'm from Vancouver, Canada. Simple and clear. And then, the next step, they usually ask, what's it like?
Right. For Vancouver, I usually say, it's a very green city. It rains a lot, but we have many parks and trees. Or, it's a multicultural city, with people from all over the world.
Excellent phrases for beginners. Let's break that down. When you say it's a very green city, you're talking about the nature, the environment. What about the weather? What's the weather like in Vancouver?
The weather in Vancouver is often mild. It doesn't get too cold in winter, and summer is usually warm but not too hot. But, like I said, it rains a lot, especially in fall and winter. So, it's rainy or it's mild are good ways to describe it.
Perfect. So, for our listeners, think about your hometown. Is it hot? Is it cold? Is it sunny? Is it rainy? You can use simple words. It's hot. It's cold. It's usually sunny. Don't worry about long sentences.
And remember to use it is or its for weather descriptions. It's sunny today. It's cold in winter. It's a very common structure.
Great point, Keith. What about the size of your hometown? Is it a big city, a small town, or a village?
Vancouver is a big city, so I would say it's a large city or it's a big city. If it's smaller, you can say it's a small town, or it's a quiet village. My parents, for example, grew up in a smaller village in China.
That's a nice contrast. So you can use big, large, small, or quiet. These are all good adjectives. And what about famous things in your hometown? Does Vancouver have anything famous?
Oh, definitely. Vancouver is famous for its beautiful nature. We have Stanley Park, which is a very large urban park. People often mention that. And also for its Asian food, especially Chinese and Japanese food. So you can say it's famous for its parks or it's known for its food.
Fantastic! Famous for and known for are great phrases. So, listeners, what is your hometown famous for? Maybe a special dish, a historical building, a natural landmark like a mountain or a river.
Think about what tourists come to see or what locals are proud of. For example, if your town has a famous festival, you can say it's famous for its summer festival. Simple, right?
Exactly. Now, let's try a little exercise. Keith, earlier I asked if you could translate some questions. Are you ready for a challenge?
I'm ready. Let's hear it.
Okay, so for our first phrase, how would you say, where are you from in Mandarin?
Where are you from? You could say, 你从哪来?你从哪里来? Or more commonly, 你是哪人?你是哪里人? Which means you are a person from where.
Wow, that's really cool. 你是哪人? That sounds very direct. And how about what's it like?
For what's it like, you might say, 他怎么样?他怎么样? Which means, how is it? Or, 哪里怎么样?哪里怎么样? How is that place?
Fantastic. Thank you, Keith. That's a really interesting glimpse into Mandarin. Okay, back to English. Let's talk about what you can do in your hometown. What are some activities in Vancouver?
Oh, so many things. You can go hiking in the mountains, or go skiing in winter. You can walk in Stanley Park, or eat delicious food downtown. We also have many museums and galleries, so you can visit a museum or see art. We often use you can to talk about activities.
That's a very useful structure for beginners. You can, and then add a verb. You can go, you can visit, you can eat. Simple. So, for example, I'm from a smaller town. I can say, you can visit the old castle, or you can go fishing in the river.
Yes, exactly. Think about what you do for fun in your hometown, or what visitors often do. Maybe your town has a beach, so you can go to the beach or swim in the ocean.
Excellent. Now, let's move to something a little more personal. What do you like most about your hometown, Keith?
What I like most, I think I like the combination of city life and nature. You can be in the city center, and then just 30 minutes later, you're hiking in a forest or skiing on a mountain. So I'd say, I like the nature and the city mix. Or, I like that it's close to nature.
That's a great answer. I like the noun or I like that sentence are both good ways to express what you like. And what do you maybe not like so much about Vancouver, if anything?
Oh, that's easy for Vancouver. The cost of living is very high. Housing is very expensive. So, I don't like the high cost of living. Or, it's very expensive to live there.
Very honest, and a common problem for many big cities. So, I don't like is the opposite of I like. Very straightforward. You can use this to talk about anything, not just your hometown.
Right. For instance, I don't like the traffic if your city has a lot of cars. Or, I don't like the pollution if that's a problem. Keep it simple and direct.
Exactly. Let's think about some common questions people might ask you about your hometown. We already covered where are you from, what's it like, what's the weather like, what can you do there, and what do you dislike.
Sometimes people ask, how big is it? And you can say, it's a big city with about 600,000 people. For the city itself, or the metro area has 2.6 million people. For beginners, it's a big city, or it's a small town is usually enough.
Good point. You don't need exact numbers unless you want to give them, just the general idea. Another question might be, is it a good place to live?
And for that, I would usually say, yes, it's a great place to live if you can afford it. Or, yes, it's very safe and beautiful. Or if not, no, it's too busy for me. Or, no, it's too expensive.
Very natural responses. Remember, you can always add in my opinion if you want to make it clear it's just your thought. Like, in my opinion, it's a great place to live. But for beginners, just saying it's a great place is fine.
Absolutely. Don't overcomplicate it. The goal is to communicate, not to be perfect. Even if you just say a few words, it's a good start.
That's such an important message for all our beginner listeners. Just try. Even if you only know one word, try to use it. Keith, do you have any tips for beginners who feel shy about speaking English, especially about personal topics like their hometown?
Oh, definitely. I felt shy too when I was learning Mandarin more seriously. My biggest tip is to start with very simple sentences. Don't try to say everything at once. Just choose 2 or 3 words. Like, if someone asks about your hometown and you remember sunny, just say, sunny. or small town. It's better than saying nothing.
That's a fantastic practical tip. Small steps, and then you can build from there. Maybe next time you add "it's sunny," then it's usually sunny. Slowly you add more.
Exactly. And don't be afraid of making mistakes. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. It's part of learning. People will understand you if you try. They appreciate the effort.
That's so true. It's about communication, not perfection. And for our listeners, practice helps a lot. Try to describe your hometown out loud, even if it's just to yourself. Use the phrases we talked about today.
You can even write down a few sentences about your hometown. My hometown is, name. It is, a size, type of place. The weather is usually weather. You can activity there. I like something you like about it. Just a few sentences to start.
That's an excellent idea for practice. Write it down, then read it out loud. That helps you practice both writing and speaking. And if you have a language partner or a teacher, you can practice with them.
Another thing is to listen to how native speakers talk about their hometowns. You'll hear similar structures and vocabulary. Pay attention to those simple adjectives and descriptions.
Yes, listening practice is key. And speaking of listening, we covered quite a bit today. Let's do a quick recap of some key phrases for talking about your hometown. Keith, can you give us the top 3 phrases you think are most useful?
Okay, top 3 for beginners. Definitely, I'm from city.country. That's the basic one. Then, it's a adjective, city-town. Like, it's a big city or it's a quiet town. And third, it's famous for something. Those 3 will get you started in almost any conversation.
Excellent choices. Simple, direct, and very useful. And for those who want to add a little more, the weather is usually weather, adjective, and you can verb there. These expand your description nicely.
Exactly. Start with the basics, then add more as you feel comfortable. It's like building blocks for your English skills.
Building blocks. I love that analogy. And remember, everyone's hometown is unique and interesting. Don't feel like your hometown isn't special enough. Every place has something to share.
That's true. My parents' village is very different from Vancouver, but it has its own rich history and culture. Every place has its own story, and you're the best person to tell it.
Beautifully said, Keith. And thank you so much for joining us today, for sharing your insights, and for the little Mandarin lesson. It's been a real pleasure.
My pleasure, Michael. Thanks for having me. I really enjoyed it, and I hope our listeners found it helpful and encouraging.
I'm sure they did. And to all our listeners, keep practicing. Don't be afraid to talk about your hometown. It's a great way to start conversations and build your English confidence. We'll be back next time with another useful topic. Until then, goodbye.
Bye, everyone. Keep learning.